Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Ripple is the only crypto firm among America's top 10, or I should say the 10 most valued startups, and we'll go into that list as we scroll down. Again, guys, be safe. Don't look if you're driving or working. Be safe to yourself and to those around you. You can always come back and play this anytime. We designed this anyway so that you can listen on your busy schedule. Diving right in really quick, Ripple's valuation as of November 2022 is $15 billion, almost a double decacorn, which is pretty impressive if you ask me. SpaceX is number one at 127 billion USD. Stripe is 95 billion USD. And Instacart, 39 billion. Again, this is going to be in the US dollar, so I don't need to keep adding that for you. Databricks is 38 billion. Epic Games, 31.5 billion. Fanatics, 27 billion. Chime, 25 billion. Miro, 17.5 billion. Discord at 15 billion, tying with Ripple, also at 15 billion. Congrats to Brad Garlinghouse and the Ripple team for much success. Also, too, Ripple partner Airwallex joins forces with a global digital travel platform in Singapore. Airwallex has teamed up with Agoda for the benefit of Hong Kong business travelers. As well, Ripple vs. SEC legal spat draws conclusion after 2 years. And the long-running legal spat is nearing its end. I want to scroll down just a bit. We're going to cover basically a few articles on this, as they all have a different perspective and a little bit of information. So, Stuart Alderoty, the general counsel of Ripple, confirmed the company's final submission urging the court to grant judgment in its favor. Really quick, and we're going to bounce back, as now they're talking about going to the Supreme Court. It's just getting so out of control and laughable at this point. It's unbelievable that it's even lasted this long, much less to go to the Supreme Court, when Ripple has again, over and over and over again, shown enough to win many times over. All right, back into the article. He's basically urging the court to grant judgment in its favor, and he also said that Ripple is proud of the defense it has mounted on behalf of the entire digital asset industry. And again, that's where it's labeled the standard, because so goes Ripple, so goes the rest of the industry. So whether you like them or not, you might want to start liking and hoping that they win this judgment. I believe they will, hands down. But having said that, we'll move along. According to the court document, the San Francisco-based blockchain company asserted that the U.S. SEC has failed to prove the existence of any investment contracts governing the defendant's offers and sales of XRP between the period of 2013 and 2020. Ripple also said that both its founders are entitled to summary judgment on their decision to sell on foreign exchanges, and added that the SEC could not prove any material fact to the contrary. Weighing in on the final submission is Brad's CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, as he took to Twitter to congratulate the team. I said it on day one, we will aggressively fight to get clear rules for the entire industry in the U.S. Congrats to all of Team Ripple for getting us to this point. Ripple stood strong and withstood the SEC's onslaught, and I look forward to the right side of justice. And again, we'll come back to that as well. So, XRP price in reaction to the SEC. Again, we're going to go through this until this is over. But the Ripple's lawyers are arguing that the regulator failed to demonstrate the purchases of XRP tokens bought a common enterprise, end quote. One of the 4 criteria used by the court in the SEC versus W.J. Howie Co. case to establish whether an investment contract existed. The full list of criteria was as follows: an investment of money in a common enterprise with the expectation of profit and to be derived from the efforts of others. And according to Ripple's lawyers, the SEC has been unable to prove the 4 criteria. Therefore, XRP is, end quote, not a security. or an investment contract. Lawyers added that the SEC has now conceded that the digital asset exchanges on which the individual defendants conducted the vast majority of their transactions were foreign. The concession extinguishes its claims because federal securities laws do not reach foreign sales and offers. Then we're going to move into the literal tweet we just read from Brad Garlinghouse. And again, even that alone, that should have shut down the case itself. So again, continues to be such a joke and laughable that this is extended this far and has still continued to be a stalemate without any clarification. And again, you can see why there is no legal clarification, so that this continues to happen over and over again. But again, that comes back to the point we were stating earlier. Whether you like Ripple and XRP or not, you might want to support in the fact that they do win this case, because as goes Ripple and XRP, so goes the rest of the industry, whether that's win or lose. And they have enough money. If it were to come to some worst case scenario, they pay a fine and move on, like EOS. And even EOS, once it was fined and, it paid those penalties, even in the same day, the price began climbing right away. So directly from the tweet, Brad Garlinghouse, he shares Ripple Aldorado's Ripple's reply brief is public. You can view it here. And there's the link right on Stuart Alderati, the Ripple attorney. And here's directly what Brad Garlinghouse said from his tweet. I said it on day one, we will aggressively fight to get clear rules for the entire industry in the U.S. Congrats to all of Team Ripple for getting us to this point. Ripple stood strong and withstood the SEC's onslaught. I look forward to being on the right side of justice. And again, beneath, I congratulated Ripple and said a celebration is incoming, as I truly believe it is. Also, too, even David Goldstein is predicting and projecting a Ripple win as well for the crypto industry. Ripple continues to stand strong against the SEC's onslaught. And this is something, too, pardon for the little bit of darkness, if you're viewing your screen as 2/3 or more of the page, maybe even 3/4 of the page is a slight bit shadowed, as I did not want to download all these cookies constantly from all these different pages and sites. Stating BTC or Bitcoin to plummet to USD 5,000. So $5,000 USD is where the projection is headed for BTC. And that's where it theorizes by Standard Chartered's chief strategist. But having said that, I mean, if you've been here long enough, we've seen a retracement like that. I think we saw, what was it? I got up to like 20,000 and then Bitcoin came back right around 3,000. I believe it was 2,700-ish, but we'll just round it to 3,000. And then we launched directly from there up to about 60,000. So, I mean, if you do the same factor, it's possible that, Bitcoin dropped to 2,000, it launched to 60,000. If it drops to 5, it could possibly, if it does the same repeat in history, probably launch to about 150,000. Again, that's not financial advice, for entertainment purposes only, guys. So just sharing that if history repeats, percentage-wise, it could possibly do something like that. But I would see, or I should say I would like to see something like, if it does drop down to that, I would expect it to be a quick retracement. But I would definitely like to see, if that does happen, for the disconnect or the separation of XRP from BTC at that point, hopefully, so then it'll have the freedom to launch up on its own. And I would project also, if the court case does end and this were all to happen this month, it would be very exciting. I think we could easily see at that point, if BTC drops to 5,000, the court case ends. I don't see how XRP at that point could not hit the projected $10 to $12 immediately after the court case ends, and then probably create a huge bull run at that point on its own as it separates and disconnects from Bitcoin to go significantly higher. But we will follow this very closely and see how it plays out. I would love to see this case ended in 2022. So that there could be a very exciting 2023 for all of us. And again, guys, I want to leave you before we go with a final thought. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Much love, and we will catch you in the next one.